All right, and we're live. And let's go to the intro. Yay! All right, folks, welcome back to the SF Company Hour. This is number 53 in our illustrious career, and we have our guest here, Francisco. Welcome back.
Good to
Fifth
be
time on the
back.
show. Fifth time. We're keeping the stats now. Welcome back, Francisco. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing well. I love that intro. Oh my god.
It's
Just
nice. Okay,
something in the
press the button.
beginning, totally.
If
Yeah.
everybody starts talking shit, I'll just go to the intro.
Just cut to that
Let's see the
anytime.
intro, man.
Totally.
I love it. I love technology. It's great. And then one of our returning folks, second time on the show, Brady. Welcome back. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Oh, Jesus, dude. That the fucking intro wasn't here last time I was here. So, like, you were like, let's cut to the intro. And I was just like, whoa, what the fuck is that? That was awesome.
Yeah, we're trying to class up the joint a little bit, man. Trying to get a little more professional. So, yeah, well, a little class. Yeah, trying to, anyways. So, yeah, Brady, how you been since the last time we talked to you?
Great, man. You know, just living the quarantine life. You know, staying essential and just being me. You know?
Yeah.
Are you wearing pants?
I am wearing sweatpants.
There you go.
Proof.
Well, I'm glad somebody's
That's
wearing
quarantine
pants.
shit. Yeah.
I'm wearing a Scottish kilt right now.
Hot.
I like the air. So Brady, how's the Hobo Comedy going?
It's really good, actually. We just put out a new sketch last night. Yeah, or the night before. It's live on the YouTube page.
Awesome.
Maybe I could play it for you guys later, but it's a silly little sketch, and it's hard to do sketches when like you can't like be like in the same room with somebody, so you just gotta like figure out little workarounds and tricks. But you know, it's slow and steady, but eventually we're putting out a few here and there.
All right. Yeah, I'll throw a link in the description below so people can go check that out. Some hilarity. Awesome. Cool. So we're gonna. Oh, hi Rick. How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Maximum effort. How you doing? So much stuff to get to, man. I'm like, yeah, we got.
No,
go
just jump into it. Now forget about me. It's all good.
Oh, we can't forget about you
Rick
from
who?
last week. Yeah.
I'll have a lot to say.
Yeah. Hopefully sober this time, but all right.
I won't slur. Only.
Hey, you can watch last week's episode and see
I
Rick
don't think
almost.
there's any Jameson in it.
Rick almost killed himself and choked to death on screen. It's very exciting. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna talk. We got a bunch of shit to talk about, man. We're gonna talk about Deadpool 3 coming up. We got Black Panther supposedly filming coming up. Predator reboots coming out. The last stuff to talk. Wonder Woman 84 coming to home TV on Christmas. First, I want to. This just dropped earlier today. Kind of want to talk about this since we have Brady here, Mr. The comedian. I want to definitely hear about his thoughts on this. So Dave Chapelle, a few weeks ago, Netflix dropped the Chapelle Show on Netflix, and Chapelle was not happy with this since he's not getting paid from Viacom for them to be streaming the show. He politely asked Netflix to take it off. So Netflix has a deal with Chapelle right now, and they want to ruin their relationship with Chapelle. So they said, okay, we'll take it off. So as of right now, you can't have the Chapelle Show on Netflix. I think it was on HBO Max also too. It was on a couple.
I think it's on. I think there's CBS's streaming service too.
Yeah. So so Chapelle never really got. He's not really getting compensated the way he should be for this show. So Brady, did you hear about this news about Chapelle asking to pull show?
I didn't hear about the pulling of the show, but I think it's probably more than a monetary thing, a money thing, because I had distanced myself even at the time when they said season 3 was coming out, because I remember, even though that was like, I don't know, like 15 years ago or something, he specifically said, if you guys air these episodes, I will never come back. And they decided, no, we're going to air them. And so, Donnell Rawlings and Charlie Murphy, they hosted the show because, they're just, they're guys, they got to cut their next paycheck.
Yeah, they're not getting $50 million contracts from my accountants.
Exactly. Yeah. And so they're just like, what do I do? And I think for him, there was like a big controversy. They even addressed it because I watched the last season, the season 3.
Yeah.
And I'd never seen it before, and I could see the episode, like the sketches were funny, but I could see like a few of the sketches that Dave was kind of upset at. Like there was that Pixie one that it was addressing like racism, but in so doing, in the addressing of the racism, it was a very like openly racist sketch, but not so much in that like, hey, I'm saying this racist thing, but I'm just living this racist stereotype. So I think it was less of a money thing, and just more of an emotional thing. Like, hey, I don't want you to play that last season because it really hurt my feelings that they didn't listen to me. They aired the episodes anyway. I don't like, he might like some of the sketches, but overall, if an artist is willing to say, don't air that, don't put it out, you have to I feel you have to respect their decisions. There's even a few sketches I've made where, because it's like the problem of working with partners is also the beauty of working with them, is they say, hey, I changed my mind about putting that out, so we're not putting it out. And it's like, all right, I guess it'll never see the light of day.
Yeah. You got to know what you're signing up for, though, man. Come on, man. If you're gonna, if yeah, I guess if people have second thoughts, man. Jeez. I think
that's ultimately why he decided to leave, because like season 1 was such a huge hit, and it was absolutely like out of the park. Everyone was like, this is like the greatest show in the world.
Yeah.
And at the time, it really was an amazing sketch comedy show.
Oh yeah.
And then season two, he started to get like more popular, and then more eyes on him. And then they were starting to like kind of try to censor him a little bit. And that's where like it became, from a deal of like, hey, you can do whatever you want, to, hey, now you're our little corporate patsy and you got to do what we say. And I think that's ultimately why he decided to leave. He's just like, I'm not cool with this. And you got to respect his decision, because ultimately him leaving, going away, it allowed him to come back years and years later with a much like a really great comeback. Like his specials are doing really well, and I'm sure if he did anything beyond stand-up, like movies or sketch shows or anything, it would probably do really well. But everybody loves almost everything Dave Chapelle puts out, because he never gave them too much Dave Chapelle. He gave them just the right amount of Dave Chapelle.
Yeah, and he walked away. He walked away before it got really like jumped the shark or anything like that. So, Francisco, what do you think of this news, man? You check this out real quick. What do you think of bossing up on Netflix?
I agree a lot with what Brady has mentioned, and I feel like in an ideal world, the artist should ultimately have creative control over what they produce and what gets showed and what doesn't. I also think that it's like part of the reason why it's so incredibly important to have lawyers go through your fucking contracts, which is like for a like new artist, for a comedian to be presented with an opportunity like this. One, they might not have the ability to have a fucking lawyer present going over those contracts. Two, you're so blinded by like, oh shit, my dreams are finally happening. Like, this is fucking amazing. That like, there might be a little blind faith there, and the company you're signing on with is going to take care of you, which is like a lot of the times not the case, right? So like it's so fucking awesome that Dave Chappelle was like, strong enough, I'll use that term, strong enough to walk away from the Chappelle show at all. Because, like, holy fuck, man. If, like, I had the promise of, like, a fuck ton of money, I would probably just, like, grit my teeth and, like, bear it and just fucking sell out. Like,
Yeah.
For someone who's been given, like, that opportunity and to have the wherewithal to walk away from something and then years later come back like so much stronger and become a sort of like a staple to comedy is just fucking amazing. And I think that it's really awesome that like Netflix pulled Chappelle's show at all, and that they weren't just huge pieces of shit and just was like, no, like, we're going to keep this on because it's getting us views or people are coming to us to watch it and blah, 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 blah,
Yeah, they're in it for the long con. I think they know they're smart. But like, hey, we're going to get new shit from Chappelle. Like, people love Chappelle's show, but it's, 10 years old now? 15 years old?
Yeah, and his like specials that are getting put out on Netflix it's totally the right play for them to keep him happy so that he can keep coming back to them for like specials and blah 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 blah. I think overall it's a smarter business decision, and it's also just like the right thing to do.
Yeah, it's a smart move by them. It's a very hey man, keep Chappelle happy, man. So Rick, what'd you think of this news, man, when you read this?
Well, I'm happy that that Netflix bowed to him, because Chappelle's like he's building his legend. The guy's going to be one of these comedy legends. I mean, people are already saying when they talk about like their favorite comedians, Dave Chappelle is in the top 3 usually of almost everybody I hear about.
Yeah, the last few years, like the last
comedian community, like all the big guys, like who's the other Patrice O'Neal's another name that I hear a lot. But he his career was
cut short.
Yeah. But it's just he's a comedian's comedian, and the fact that he's still doing what he does. And he's standing up. He's the little guy standing up to these fucking corporations, and dude, it's simple as that. They're exploiting the shit out of it. They're just trying to get what they can. But Netflix, I mean, I'm happy they have some kind of integrity when it comes to this shit. He asked, and it's not like he fucking made like a big stink about it. He asked, and they did it. So that's cool. You got to keep that relationship with Dave, because Dave has a lot to say. He throws it out there like nobody else does. And maybe this could open up more avenues, not just for his comedy, but I want to see Dave Chappelle back on screen, man, doing movies. Yeah. So maybe Netflix, this is a way they can just treat him right, take care of him, and maybe we would get a half-baked 2 from Dave Chappelle, maybe.
Not the way he talks about that movie. I don't know. He doesn't seem too happy with that movie.
Maybe he could use it to correct it, or write another stoner comedy. I'd love to see one from fucking Dave Chappelle.
You're saying Francisco?
One thing that I'm like really hopeful around this whole situation is that maybe it sets some sort of precedent, some sort of industry standard of how to treat artists going on in the future. Rather than the whole like, fuck you, like we already have the rights and shit, and
we own you.
Thinking more in like longer terms, and just like trying to keep artists happy so that they can create and keep coming back to your corporation or whatever.
Yeah.
Hopefully across all arts too. Comedy, music, wrestling, same thing. All of these guys. Let's get the artists taken care of, man.
Yeah. Pay these motherfuckers, man. Nothing's free in this world. God damn it. All right.
Have your lawyer present. Have your lawyer present.
Yeah, I want to see. I wouldn't mind seeing Dave do some movies. Like he was doing like he did like bit parts. He was in that
Undercover Brother,
the Bradley Cooper movie. The with the fuck is her name?
Oh yeah,
the singer. Fuck, I can't.
Starsborn.
Starsborn. Yeah, he had a part in that. Yeah, I actually want to see him star in some flicks, man. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of flicks, this Chaos Walking trailer. Did you guys watch this? Did you guys see the link I sent? This trailer. This trailer, was this written by like a fucking 12-year-old like prepubescent boy? Like this
Okay,
is
dude,
So-
fucking like how many young adult novels are we about a fucking dystopian fucking post-apocalyptic future are they gonna keep pumping out where the fucking whole idea is like a coming of age novel while also like, oh, you gotta watch out for the Jabberwockies because they're all sorts of jingleberries and shit, right? That being said, I think this is gonna be a fun movie to watch.
yeah, you need to be stoned for this one.
That
So
being-
basically, the plot is they find a girl. She's it's Daisy Ridley, and Tom Holland finds her or whatever. And basically, on this world, you can see men's thoughts. Like all thoughts are like, which is all right. This should be like rated NC-17 if you're going to be seeing like men's thoughts. And with only one, I guess she's like the last woman on Earth. But they show women in the trailer, so I don't think that's going to last long. Yeah, this trailer is this got pushed back a couple times too. So I guess we're reworking it or trying to I don't know, but I like the cast, like Daisy Ridley and Spider-Man and Ray Skywalker going at it. It seems like a fun time. But Brady, did you watch this trailer at all?
No, I'm sorry.
It's probably for the
I
best.
didn't see the link.
Yeah, this thing. When you get a chance, watch this thing. It's a fucking. This is a weird fucking mess of a fucking trailer, man. I don't know who Yeah, this is a weird 13-year-old boy fan fiction. Rick, what do you think of this trailer?
Kind of like looking at it. Right, it didn't have any I wasn't attracted to it. I like heard about it. It was like some teen novel. I'm like, oh fuck, what is this Divergent 5? I don't understand the whole thing.
And it's got good people behind it. It's like Doug Liman's directing it.
But Doug Liman's a good director, but it's just you can't. I mean, you can give an artist fucking mediocre shit. He's gonna give you shit. A guy can only work so much with like the source material. It's happened to a lot of directors.
Yeah, and supposedly he's getting Fede Alvarez was brought in to kind of fix up the movie, kind of like a Rogue One situation.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know.
So
this looks like it's a mess already. The trailer is pretty hilarious. It looks like a fucking SNL trailer for like some fucking fake movie. It doesn't.
It's like the beginning of Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
So young adult fucking novels that get adapted always seem to follow a very specific and strict formula of you need to make it look dark and gritty. You need to trick people or older people into watching it because it's just gnarly, but it's written for kids. You need to have one character that comes in and doesn't know anything about the layout, so shit can be explained so easily, or young adult movies that get adapted into films all follow the rule of tell, don't show, of fucking just explaining you everything that's going on rather than just naturally having it come up and occurring, right?
You figured you would want to placate your audience who probably read the novels. Why would you talk down to the people that are actually going to be the first ones to pay for your movie?
But then there comes in the commercial aspect of it, of okay, well, since we're making a movie about this, we need to introduce it to so many fucking people and blah blah blah, fucking dumb it down for the layman or whatever. So it looks like a fun watch, and I'll stand by that. I'm probably gonna watch this movie if I don't forget about it. But
if it makes theaters,
no, but there's this thing that's super weird to me in that I don't know, Ray, if you saw it in the trailer, that the thoughts become tangible. And become,
I saw that little thing with the snake.
Yeah, the snake jumps out at shit.
Is that supposed to be his penis?
There's also
okay, I just watched it.
Monsters and shit, and first of all, fucking Mads Malinsky or whatever the fuck.
Matt Mickelson.
Mickelson, yeah.
That's his gangster persona. Maz Malinsky.
The 1920s mafioso.
Who is it? Okay, so I just watched it. Who was that guy? That's not Aragorn, is it? What the fuck
No,
am I
that's
thinking?
fucking. He's Hannibal in that TV show.
Yeah, Hannibal. He was in Doctor Strange. He was
Doctor
in.
Strange.
Did anybody else think that she looked like that chick from the Mila Jovovich from Fifth Element when she's wearing that orange jumpsuit thing?
Oh yeah, kind of.
Yeah, that's funny. It's like
that's what I'm wondering if it was the same like costume artist. And I was like, we just got a futuristic guy.
I like the cast. Like the cast looks cool, and like I don't know.
Except like Nick Jonas is in it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's getting a lot of buzz right now for
Is he
being around? Yeah. He was in that. He was in that fucking.
He was in Jumanji. In the Jumanji movies, he was actually pretty fucking good. I'm not gonna fucking lie.
What, third one? Yeah.
I love Jumanji movies, dude. They're fucking actually good.
Rick's a Jonas Brothers fan. That's why.
It's all making sense. The puzzle pieces.
So idols. What can I say?
So Brady, watching that trailer just now, what'd you think of it?
I would not pay for that. It's just like that's. I
don't think anyone's paying to see that. Right?
Did you guys ever see the Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode where they basically watch like one of those cheesy, horrible action movies that gets completely butchered, and then they leak it to show how horrible the movie is, and then everyone gets pissed, and then they're like, the studio listens to them. They release the cheesy R-rated nude scene action movie that they wanted. And then they're like, "Oh,
yeah,
should we go see it?" And they're like, "Oh, I could just watch it right here on my phone." That's everybody with this movie. It's like, "Oh, should we go see the new Tom Holland, Daisy Ridley movie?" Like, I don't know. Is it free? I'm kind of like, I'm busy doing something. I'll put it on in the background.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't look like a movie worth dying for. So yeah,
I looks on the trailer too. Okay, it's a different thing watching the trailer with you guys explaining what the movie's about. I watched it with no sound. I thought I was watching like a reboot of Scanners with the way they had the little fucking like power thing going on. I was like, oh, dude, why is nobody head exploding and shit? It looks cheese, dude. It looks pure cheese.
Like your girlfriend. It looks like a movie to finger your girlfriend to. That's
There's a lot of slow parts in there.
All right, I'm not paying attention anymore.
That's a good point, Brady. All right, well, we'll leave it on that. They should put that on the poster.
A movie to finger your girlfriend to.
Part of the rating right there.
That's good. Good times. All right, let's see. Hey, be like Hondo.
Be like Hondo.
Hit like and subscribe. Gen Expectations. Listen to Ringo John. Hondo again. Men in Tights 2. LOL. Chapelle and Men in Tights 2. Okay, I'm down for it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Before Mel Brooks kicks it, we definitely should get involved in that one. Let's see. So speaking of paying for movies and not paying for them, we got Wonder Woman 1984 coming out. Christmas Day. This is from Variety. So there was a lot of speculation what was going to happen to this movie. Is it going to go streaming, VOD? Is it going to, they're going to sit on it for a while? It looks like a lot of the speculation was they were thinking, hey, this movie's losing a lot of momentum. It's already been pushed back a year already. So if they push it back anymore, it's probably going to lose a lot more momentum. So they're saying, fuck it. They're going to put it on HBO Max free. If you have HBO Max, you're going to get it for free on Christmas Day. So that's a pretty nice gift for people. Looks like it's going to be on the streaming service for a month, and then it's going to go to all the rest VOD. Then you can purchase it on Apple TV and Amazon and all that stuff after a month. So this is going to be a very important strategy, and they're going to see what's going to happen with this, because this is going to kind of like from going forward, and if we're going to be in this pandemic for probably looks like another year, we'll see. Hopefully not, but this is going to and this, even if there wasn't a pandemic, this is where like a lot of movies we're going to like try to do and go forward. going forward. So this is going to be a big test and see what happens with this. So Francisco, I'll go to you first, man. What do you think of Wonder Woman dropping on Christmas Day for free on HBO Max?
I think it's pretty bold, and I think it's good they're keeping it there for a month. I don't think a lot of people are going to be watching it Christmas Day. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they will.
I think I am. I'm looking forward to watching on Christmas
Sure.
Day.
You know,
I'm not a big Christmas fan, so I'll definitely watch Wonder Woman. She'll be my present.
In general, I'm just like not a fan of the movies DC has been putting out. Like these new Justice Leagues, the new fucking Batman, the fucking Birds of Prey fucking mess, the fucking Suicide Squad fucking mess. I like can't figure out why they can't do what they do for their animated movies for their live action movies.
Yeah.
You know, like they do such a great job with their animated movies. Like the writing is so much better for their animated movies. I don't get why they can't have something even close to that for their live action like blockbuster cinematic movies, you know, or whatever. I mean, I'm probably gonna fucking like miss it and then download that illegally, like eventually when I remember to, you know. I mean, I like am lightweight interested in the story. I like that Chris Pine somehow comes back. Is that Chris Pine?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that Chris Pine somehow comes back into the story, and I'm interested to see where that would go. But like in general, just like uninterested, you know.
Yeah. I think this has to do a lot with Justice League too. I think people want to, HBO and Time Warner want to remind people there's a Justice League out there, and this is coming up. So this is you're going to see ads for Justice League all over, beginning of this and the end of this. So it's definitely going to. I think it's a smart move for sure. Brady, what do you think about this move by?
Well, you know what, I was honestly, you guys remember they released Mulan over Disney Plus for like $30, and then in like a month, or I think like a month, actually, like I looked it up financially, it did fine, and it was actually one of the highest viewed things, I believe, when they put it out that weekend. So from their perspective, they're looking at it like, we paid this much to make the movie, and then it only cost this much to put it out, and we're making back our money. Yeah, why not do it that way? And with that said, I'm not a fan of Mulan, so I didn't watch it, but there obviously like are people. I heard they cut Mushu, and I'm like, no Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
No singing.
That was my point. Yeah, you know Mushu, you know me, man.
It's not Mulan. You're telling us. It's okay. You're telling like a real story now. It's like that's not. No.
I don't want to see real stories. I want to see dragons talk and do kung fu.
Yeah.
I looked up why they cut Mushu. Apparently, they were trying to get a bigger audience in China. And China, when they released the original animated movie, was kind of offended by Mushu the Dragon. They're like, oh, no, fuck that. We don't like that. But us in the States were like, oh, yes, well, Mushu. And then so, but whatever. That's all to say, like, just whatever taste you have. So financially speaking, they are seeing that, hey, this could work. Now, that being said, will I pirate it? Probably. Could I use a friend's HBO password that's already logged into the TV? That's what I'm probably gonna do, most likely. Just that's how I was just watching Doom Patrol, just being real with you. So it's like, am I paying for this shit? No. Will I watch it? I like the first Wonder Woman. I agree with you kind of on the front of DC movies that they are royally they're just fucking up. They're playing catch up to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it's just thirsty is what it is. Anytime you look at them, they're just never anywhere close to as good as not only the Marvel movies, but even their own animated movies. They're sucking it up. And if you were to even judge the Wonder Woman movie by the animated Wonder Woman movie, the animated Wonder Woman movie is still better. So it's just like, yeah, like even Bill and Ted, they released it over digital streaming, and I'm a big Bill and Ted fan. I downloaded it, didn't pay a cent for it, and still haven't even watched it. It was free, and I haven't even watched it. So that's where I'm at with that.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of the road. I think there's some good DC movies and bad DC movies. I'm the same with Marvel. I think Marvel does some good stuff, and they do some like kind of overhyped stuff. But you know, there's still good stuff to be had, and I think DC's kind of righting their ship too. Because I think having James Gunn to do the Suicide Squad is a good start. I'm not excited about that new Batman movie. I think that new Batman movie is gonna fucking be horrible. But Max Effort,
yeah, fuck that movie. Dude.
It doesn't look good, man. I don't know. Like Pattinson doesn't look like Batman to me. It just looks like he's fucking
he's fucking Tobey Maguire in fucking Spider-Man 3. That's what post dance scene.
Yeah, for sure. So, Rick, what do you think about the Wonder Woman? You watching Wonder Woman day one, Christmas Day?
Yeah, definitely. I'll probably watch at midnight as soon as it comes out. Hopefully, they just put it right on the service, and I'll definitely watch it. I was excited about it. It's pretty sure it's probably my top anticipated for this year. I mean, shit, if I can. Damn, this year went by fast. Thankfully,
it's just a blur now.
It is, but I'm hoping that this is the new thing for movies, because I think this is the big blockbuster, right? This is the first one that's made the jump. I mean, Mulan I don't think it's gonna make that. I think it's a niche movie.
They expected that movie to make $1 billion, man. That was like going to be one of the $1 billion movies.
They were planning on the money from China, and China panned that shit. So
because they were filmed. There's some more backstory to the Mulan. Like the star was like supporting this like the regime while people are like. It's a whole mess. You want to look into it.
It's stupid, but the thing is, it's just like, fucking the movie was not for fucking good. Like I'm just say what it is. It wasn't good. You got no Mushu. Fuck that shit.
Fucking Mushu.
Yeah, Mushu. So Wonder Woman, I'm happy that this is. I don't know if a movie loses traction like this. Did they start the marketing campaign already before COVID hit? Did it just start?
For Mulan?
For Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah. This movie.
They already had I mean, they had a teaser, but did they have trailers in the theaters already?
Yeah, this was supposed to come out. So this is supposed to be a June release.
It was a summer. See, that's the thing. This is the first big summer release that I'm hearing that this is supposed to be the summer blockbuster.
Yeah, this was going to be one of the big movies of the summer. Yeah.
So this is the first time I think out of all of them. I really don't count Mulan. I don't think it would have made as much money as this. Like Dune, I think Dune's would have been a fucking huge hit. Or it's gonna be a huge hit. You can think different. It's gonna be a huge hit.
The first movie that I think really got the pushback from COVID was Scarlett Johansson's movie, Black Widow, the Black Widow movie.
Yeah, that got pushed.
So they were literally like,
release, right?
Not yet. It was set to come out like the last week of May, and then it was like March. And then April, and they're like, "We're still coming out. We promise." And then they're like, "Nah."
This COVID thing's a hoax, man. We're going back. We're going back to normal. Yeah. So I'll be watching it Christmas Day. I think I'm excited about this. Let's see. All right. So if you're watching right now, please do what the Hulk says and like and subscribe to the channel, please. There you go. Look at those cool banners. There you go. Get it? Banners? Him. All right. So let's talk about let's see. Let's talk about this Predator reboot. Predator again for some fucking reason. So this week what's his name? Trachtenberg. They're making another Predator for some reason because the last one sucked fucking ass. I didn't even bother watching it. I just heard about it and looked like fucking horrible movie. So looks like some details have come out. This is on Screen Rant. Predator 5 hint that the movie might take place in the past. So the first movie was, of course, directed by John McTiernan. Came out in 1987. Starred Arnold Schwarzenegger, of course. So this one, let's see. So yeah, I heard this one's going to be kind of like set in the past. Might have some Native American stuff in it, and I guess I'm not sure how far in the past. Let's see. In the article doesn't say. Let's see. I should have had this set up, but whatever. So yeah, Trachtenberg is directing. So the film might take place before settlers took over the Native Americans' land. So like during that time. So that's like what I guess Pilgrim times. I guess this is a perfect Thanksgiving movie coming up. So. So what do you think, Brady? Did you see the last Predators movie? Do we need another Predators movie?
I'll be honest, like I'm not like a big Predator buff. I think I saw there was like an Alien versus Predator movie I saw.
AVP.
Not good.
And
It was terrible.
yeah, that's kind of how I felt at the time. It was a good movie to finger your girlfriend too, but other than that, I really don't have a lot of Predator knowledge and backstory. But I don't know. I would probably be more inclined to watch it than that Tom Holland Daisy Ridley movie.
Yeah, sorry. Not a scene has been filmed. It's already ahead of that already.
That's kind of how I'm feeling. Yeah.
So it's being written by Patrick Eisen, who's previously working on a film with Trachtenberg called Skulls, and supposedly that was a Predator film. They just kind of kept it under wraps that he was working on. So that was like kind of the rumor. So he's been working on this for like 4 years. I don't know, Francisco, what do you think about this news, man? You care about a new Predators movie coming up?
Totally. Okay, so the last Predator movie, pretty much anything after like the second Predator movie is just fucking garbage, right? And like the whole like Alien versus Predator, like those movies, because there's like two. Completely fucking like contradict the Aliens timeline, right? So like Prometheus, Covenant, they like totally contradict Alien. So what my hope for this would be that like first of all, I hope it's good because like
what's our hope for every movie? Like I hope it's good.
Not okay, whatever. We'll circle back to that if I remember to. But like fucking like my overall hope would be that first of all it's good, second of all it is able to they're able to tie in Alien versus Predator in a way that makes chronological sense for the Aliens movies, and also just to fucking do it better, because the idea of Alien versus Predator to me is such a wholly cool concept that I would hope that they could do it in a way that doesn't totally fucking blow, you know?
Yeah.
And like yeah, that last Predator movie that came out was just so fucking garbage that like I saw the trailer and I got mad because it's like what is this? Is this like a sci-fi original? Like why is this look first of all so terrible? Second of all, what the fuck is the story here? And like the other thing about Predator is like how many times can you like show the same story of we have this like unbeatable foe, we beat it, you know? Like fucking I don't know. I just like in the horror sci-fi genre, like there's so much like cool shit that you're able to do, but it doesn't seem like the Predator franchise has been able to do any of those things or hit any of those marks, you know? Yeah. I don't know. I hope it's fucking great. I hope they are able to set up Alien versus Predator in a way that makes sense and doesn't fucking blow. And like the other thing about Predator is that like their species is supposed to be like so ancient and advanced that like that the idea of sending them back to a time like the Pioneer days or whatever, Manifest Destiny era, my hope would be that they like lean more into horror because the sci-fi is already innately there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like my hope would be that they make it more into like, fuck, this is actually a scary film, rather than like, oh, they can just like do whatever because they have all this like crazy technology, if that makes sense.
So one of the things I'm not sure if I think they shot it for the last Predator movie. Was it a scene at the end? Was a deleted scene. Basically, they found I guess in one of the pods or whatever was Ellen Ripley with a fucking face hugger on her face, like Ellen Ripley though, but has Ellen Ripley from Aliens, the second Alien movie. So they were going to set up some like weird time travel alien crossover thing, which I think would probably been fucking super horrible. But
yeah, that also just like wouldn't make fucking any sense. Like, how the fuck would they time travel? Because the whole like events that happen in the Alien universe start at 2074.
Yeah.
So like that wouldn't make any fucking sense.
It's already a mess already, and then you're gonna put time travel in there and try to make sense of all this shit. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a mess. Rick, what did you think of this news, man? You excited about another Predator movie?
Oh, I'm excited that Trachtenberg has a hand on it. You know, the guy who did 10 Cloverfield Lane, which I actually enjoyed a lot. I like that, you know, isolation kind of fucking, you know, somebody else is gonna fuck with you kind of shit, because humans are the fucking scariest monster of all. Really.
Sure are.
So I'm hoping, like Francisco said, I'm hoping there's more of a horror element to it, because sometimes what I think happens with the Predator, yeah, it's an action movie because of what's going on. I guess that's how you classify it. It's a sci-fi movie though, and sci-fi, it's, you know, in the first one it's a kind of some fucked up horror roots. You're being hunted. You know, I want the legit feeling that, you know, somebody's being hunted. I want, you know, somebody running through the jungle, you know, heavily breathing fucking, and all of a sudden they just snatched up and you see fucking, you know, their spine and their skull being like waved around and shit. Like, woo, here we go, I got him. You know, I want to see more brutality out of the Predator. I want to see more, you know, everybody knows he's here hunting game, and this is like one of their favorite planets to hunt. But, you know, I want, if it's going to be what they said against Native Americans or Native, you know, people at Manifest Destiny times, you know, like tribal, right? It's going to be like that kind of thing. Yeah, that'd be sick if like you got fucking, you know, fucking like this group of young warriors just like, fuck that, we have something for this guy.
Yeah.
It's not just one guy pulling the whole thing like Dutch did at the end, you know, trying to trap him. No, now it's a crew of people like, no, this is how we work. We're going to work together. Fuck you. Where everybody else failed, these guys should fucking come together. It's like, yeah, they might get picked off one by one, but hopefully there's more survivors and shit, dude. Because, you know, if you work together, you can defeat the Predator. I've done it. I've played the game. It works.
Yeah, that's canon. Yeah.
Me and Raul do it all the time.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So yeah, and yeah, I don't know. It's DC animated movies, live action. Yeah, I agree. Lori, hopefully they use indigenous actors. Yeah, I hope so too. That'll be and they'll probably use a bunch of Filipinos. I think that's usually how they work. Yeah, that's
Mexicans.
Let's see. Let's see. All right, we had that. So Predator, Andre. Predator 1, what was he? Predator 1, Predator 2, Predators, AVP. Yeah, we don't. I don't think they count the AVP in the Rec Room as in Predator, you know, in the Predator movie count. So I guess that.
And when it comes to Alien versus Predator, what I hope is, if you're gonna make an Alien versus Predator, make Alien versus Predator. Fuck the humans. Let's not. Who gives a fuck about the humans? Just have them come in. Have them come in, get face hugged, and have them die, and that's it. I want to see aliens and predators, not the predator needs to help from a fucking human.
Predator? That's crazy, man.
Yeah, exactly. The idea of it. What the fuck? Yeah. So
just a quick aside. So I recently rewatched all the Aliens movies, right? What the fuck is Ridley Scott doing? Because Alien is Prometheus and Covenant have like so much God talk in it. and like so much Jesus talk in it.
Rewriting the Bible, man.
He's actually, from what I've heard, when it comes to the new ones that he's going to be making, those are not considered canon anymore.
No way.
They're going to be standalone something else. It's not going to be canon in that universe.
I think he fucked up trying to over-explain.
He fucked up. Yeah,
he over-explained
he realized it.
You're trying to make some like weird like religious allegory for like the aliens being created and like man and all this shit. Like
the coolest part of Alien is like, oh, this is like an ancient like fucking species that has like been perfected over time through killing scores of people. Oh no, they're just a fucking creation of some psychotic robot that was created by man, so man created aliens. It's fucking dumb. It took the whole fucking bite out of it.
Yeah, I like some of Alien Covenant. I like some of the beginning. I like some of the cast in Alien Covenant. But I don't know. Overall, those two movies just kind of like I don't know. It's like if you're gonna make Alien movie, make an Alien movie. Don't try to like over-explain aliens.
Those two movies alone, apart from like having the expectations of carrying the Alien franchise tag, those two movies by themselves are actually pretty good. Don't look at them. Don't look at them as like trying to. And it's hard because you have so many of the main set pieces and like characters like at the beginning of the with the space jockey and everything with those guys, but just look at it as a movie by itself. It's a pretty good sci-fi. It's a very good sci-fi flick. He did a great job with it. It's just interesting. Trying to connect it to Alien is just wrong.
It's interesting that you say that they're not going to be canon because Ridley Scott's been quoted as saying, "Oh yeah, I'll pump these out so long as people want them." Like Ridley Scott wants to make these movies forever if people will let him.
He's gonna do more Alien movies. It's just not gonna. I don't think he's gonna go. He's not gonna branch out from that Prometheus shit anymore. He's gonna go.
Apparently, Predator 5 may follow the story of a Comanche woman training an unconventional warrior.
Oh, so it's Mulan.
That's kind of like
Mulan versus Mulan versus the Predator.
I hope Mushu's in this one.
That's kind of like
we have a fighting chance, humans.
I was worried that they might do it where like a character like teams up with a predator or like learns from them, and it's gonna go there. Sounds so fucking corny to me.
I think that's where it's gonna go.
It should dive into Yacha. How you pronounce it? Yacha. Origin has a species.
I would love to see them at the Predator homeworld. Like a little bit more there, like a little baby predator.
Yeah, that'd be super cool.
Little baby predator, you little baby predator. Oh, Baby Yoda's working out. Let's get a baby predator going.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I want to see that.
I don't know how you make that thing cute, but they'll figure it out.
He has that "honey, I'm home" moment.
Let's see. All right, let's go to this Disney. Let's go. Deadpool 3 is happening. Looks like. Deadpool 3, they're going to get the Bob's Burgers veterans, Wendy Molyneux and Lizzie Molyneux Logan. I guess they're sisters. They're going to write Deadpool 3 with Ryan Reynolds, who's reprising his role. This is going to be under I believe, the Fox banner. So this looks like it's going to be rated R, hopefully. I guess all the rated R stuff is going to be under the 20th Century banner, 20th Century Studios. They don't use the Fox thing anymore. I'm a big Bob's Burgers fan, so I'm pretty I'm okay with that. I think them losing Tim Miller, the last movie, kind of hurt it. I was not a big fan of Deadpool 2. I think it was kind of all over the place and kind of a mess. And that was kind of the issues with the first one. I guess Tim Miller and Ryan Reynolds had different things they wanted to do with it. I think Tim Miller wanted to go more comic book heavy, and Ryan Reynolds wanted go more the comedic route and kind of just go for the humor instead of like kind of the comic stuff. Kind of made the second one kind of a mess for me. And the first one's pretty decent too. After a couple of viewings, it kind of loses its luster. But Brady, what'd you think of this news? Bob's Burgers, the sisters coming in to write Deadpool 3.
So are they writers on Bob's Burgers? Did they create Bob's Burgers?
No, they're some of the main writers on Bob's Burgers.
Well, that's awesome, man. I'm a big fan of Bob's Burgers, and Deadpool was pretty awesome. Even if 1 and 2 might not be exactly what you wanted to see, because I was I like Deadpool in the comics, but I wasn't like a super heavy Deadpool fan. So I understand if there are people that were huge Deadpool fans from the comics, and it just wasn't the movie that they were envisioning. But it's still like, hey, you finally got a Deadpool movie, so you gotta you gotta take it with what you can get. Now they're looking at a third Deadpool movie, so in terms of success, that's pretty amazing. I love Bob's Burgers. I think this is awesome. I think it's pretty cool. Do you know if they're going to try to branch it into the Marvel Cinematic Universe at all,
That's
or
what I
are they
was
just
reading.
like,
There's been rumors that he's going to show up in the Doctor Strange movie, the multiverse of madness. So that might be like how he comes in or make a cameo or something. So they're definitely going to have Deadpool show up in the MCU at some point.
because they already set up in the last Avengers movie that there's a quantum realm and you can go to these other points in time and all this other stuff. And then they set up in the Agents of Shield TV show that there is like a multiverse and it's all connected through the quantum realm. So even if theoretically all they do is say, "Hey, there's a universe with Deadpool in it," that would be cool, and I'd be
Yeah.
fine with that.
Yeah.
But and especially because what I've always enjoyed about the character of Deadpool kind of comes from like my aspect as like as a performer. Because even before I did stand up comedy, like I was doing tons of theater, and I just loved that there was a character in the thing that they were in that just acknowledged, yeah, this is the thing I'm in, and you're seeing me in the thing I'm in.
Yeah.
And I'll never not love that about Deadpool. And if they can even acknowledge that in some way, even like they have in the last two with a passing joke of like, I think it was, what did they have? The guy who's Thanos also played Cable. So
Josh
it's
Brolin.
like, yeah,
He's
I think they
definitely
had a
doing some good.
passing joke.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
think overall it's really cool, and I'm glad it's happening. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you like that fourth wall stuff, read John Byrne's She-Hulk run. She like in the early '90s, kind of predated the Deadpool stuff, like breaking the fourth wall, kind of talking to the audience. That's some good stuff right there. Let's see. Francisco, what do you think of this? Bob's Burgers writers
Totally.
tackling Deadpool.
Big fan of Bob's Burgers. The one thing is that I imagine that they would do that I'm kind of like meh about is because, if you're a fan of Bob's Burgers, you know that they love doing like singing episodes. And so like I think it's very possible that they would have like a full-on Broadway show in the middle of the movie where Deadpool is singing and a bunch of like fucked up shit is going on around. Like I think that's totally a possibility.
Yeah,
And like honestly, I'm like kind of here for it.
yeah.
Like it's a trope, but it's a trope I enjoy, And yeah, so like some of the stuff I've been seeing, they're talking about bringing with this third movie, starting the transition of bringing Deadpool into the MCU, which is going to be super interesting to see how they do it. Because the like multiverse aspect is like a super easy way to go. And yeah, I mean, I've like always been a fan of Deadpool. So like, and like the Deadpool kills everyone in the MCU comics and shit like that, like huge fan of it, and I'm just like grateful to see Deadpool on screen, honestly. And I think it's like totally doable. There's, even though like I'm glad they're keeping it rated R, and even though those movies are rated R, there's like plenty of kids that watch them and just get a fucking kick out of Deadpool. So
Yeah.
I think like from the business side of it, I think Deadpool's totally like you can totally sell Deadpool in a commercial way, and I think that Deadpool, because he's such a great character that can break the fourth wall and it makes sense for the character, I think that it's like totally doable to have him in a PG-13 movie and fully acknowledge the fact that, like, oh, I shouldn't be cursing now because you only are allowed in one F word a movie or whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, or he can carry around like a little his own little beat button, like when he's cursing and stuff. Like he can
Totally.
say, yeah, he could do a lot of things with that. Yeah, I could definitely see him make
There's
it.
so many ways they can do it, and like so many easy and simple ways that they could do it that it would make sense and that people would enjoy. I'm glad that Deadpool as a character is getting a lot of attention, and would hope that like it inspires people to read more into his comics and shit, because they're a lot of fun, and there's a lot of really cool storytelling in Deadpool's comics, and yeah, overall I'm like super hyped for it. I think it'll be a fun time.
Yeah. So, Rick, how do you want to see Deadpool introduced into the MCU if they're going that route?
Multiverse is always a good way.
Yeah.
If he comes into the MCU, I'd like him to still cuss, but just out of nowhere he gets like, they just beep him out, and he's just like, "What's that?" And every time he says it, just like he gets getting beeped out, and they're just like, "Oh, we never noticed," or some shit. And he just keeps on going off and off.
Yeah.
Just beeping.
Or if it's just happening in his head and they're just looking at him, he's just like cursing and just the words are not coming out.
Yeah, they're not coming out. That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
But that's what I wanted. The third Deadpool movie is something I don't think I've gotten just yet from Deadpool. I want the other two voices in his head. I want I want the straight guy and the fucking nutso, just like, and Ryan Reynolds can pull it off, and I hope it doesn't come off like the David Lynch Dune with fucking Atreides talking in his head, which it might come off hella creepy, but I hope that's what I want. Or give me the thought bubbles. That'd be sick. Just fucking have the thought bubbles pop up.
Yeah, the video game did it pretty good.
The video game did great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
So,
yeah.
But the Bob's Burgers are the sisters, the Molyneux sisters. Did they write the majority of Bob's Burgers, or are they just like people who won an award for writing Bob's Burgers?
They were executive producers, and they were like
okay.
Some of the main writers on there. They won an Emmy for one of the episodes, and they won some awards for a couple other ones. So.
Okay, so they wrote a bulk of the series, maybe, right?
Not bulk of the series, but they wrote a few episodes, a lot of episodes. They wrote a lot.
Sometimes that's what scares me when they bring on TV writers, because when we hear them that they worked on the show. I mean, how many episodes do they really do? Sometimes the guy did 2 episodes and then a fucking movie.
They've done a few. They've done a lot of them. So, okay. Yeah, and hey man, the guys who directed Avengers started directing like How I Met Your Mother and Community and Arrested Development. So you start on a sitcom and go, you can make one of the biggest comic book movies of all time. So.
Yeah, but that's 3 shows you just mentioned that were 3 great shows, bro.
And so
Josh Whedon
great on all 3.
Yeah, Josh Whedon started on Buffy, so
yeah.
Everybody's got to get their start somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, but I think Whedon, he created and he wrote the majority of season 1.
One thing that I would absolutely love to see, and like just on my wish list, whatever, I would love to see a love triangle between Domino, Deadpool, and Death. Like,
have Thanos come in too.
Because like Death is like a big romantic character for Deadpool, and like it would be really cool to see that on screen and see Death personified as this like personable character that has like romantic feelings for Deadpool.
Yeah,
cool.
That'd
be fun.
I'm excited about Deadpool. I want to see the character keep going. I think the character has gotten a little overexposed the last few years. Like in the comic, they kind of went to that well too many times. But sure. I'm excited. I think they can do some fun things with Deadpool in the MCU. So Brady, we still got you for a little bit. You need to get out of here.
Yeah, I guess so. A little bit, like maybe one or more topics or something.
Yeah, we got a couple more of the news topics, then we'll get you out of here, man. I know you got to work. All right, appreciate you coming on. All right, let's see. Yes, baby, baby Predator. Yes, yeah. All right, it's already selling itself, man. It's already
start doing this now. Ever since Brady started doing this, that's the new fucking Predator.
That could be our sign off from now on. I'll buy that for $1. Let's see. I like to see Deadpool and Star-Lord bantering. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, that's a good question though. Like, who would you want to see like Deadpool interact with in the MCU?
Rocket
Rocket.
Raccoon.
Yeah. Yeah, Rocket
Rocket.
would be good. I think him and Spider-Man interacting would always be great.
I mean, they're a great like comic book duo, anyways. There's so many Deadpool and Spider-Man comics. Like they just work together super well.
Yeah, they're kind of made for each other for sure. All right, let's talk about this Black Panther 2. Since we're on the MCU, Black Panther 2 looks like it's going to be filming this I believe July. So there's a lot of questions coming out. Since of course the great Chadwick Boseman recently passed away. Like, where are they going to go with this? Are they going to make Shuri as she is in the comic, the new Black Panther? Are they going to share it with Mubatu? Are they going to There's a lot of questions that are coming. Supposedly, they have some casting. They have some casting coming out. What's his name got cast? They cast, and the big rumor, the guy is playing Atuma. From the comic, and Atuma's basically related to Atlantis. He's like one of the big bads of Atlantis. So one of the big theories coming out is Black Panther 2 is going to have to deal with Atlantis attacking, a war with Atlantis, which I'm, if they come out with Black Panther 2, Atlantis attacks, I'm sold.
Definitely.
They're starting to cast right now. Looks like they're getting ready. Is Coogler coming back for this, Rick? Do you know?
No.
No, he's not. Who's the director of this one?
Oh God, I'm looking right now, but I know it's not Coogler. I can't see it.
This is going into production next year. There a lot of questions. There was rumors. Oh, they might CGM to do a Princess Leia thing, Grand Moff Tarkin thing with Chadwick Boseman. I think that was universally panned. Like, no, we don't want to see that. I think they just sit Black Panther out for this one and recast him for the third one. Black Panther's way too big of a character to not have.
Corrected. It is Coogler.
It is Coogler. Okay.
It is Coogler.
That makes me a little bit more
optimistic.
Okay. Yeah, a little more optimistic. But I don't want to see them kill off Black Panther, T'Challa. I think it's too big of a character to just say, oh, he's dead, and he dies off screen, and we don't see him happening. So Brady, I'll go to you first, man. What do you think of this news, man? Black Panther. What do you think they should do with Black Panther 2?
Well, first off, I don't think you kind of briefly mentioned it. I don't think they did a CG Leia. Unless you know something I don't. I read an article saying that they used footage of her from episode 7 that they just never got around to. But all that.
I'm talking about in Rogue One when at the end. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. What are you gonna do about that? But what? I would say the biggest question on my mind is who's going to be the new Black Panther. So if they did set it up that there is a way that you can be a Black Panther, by eating the flower thing, and who knows, maybe there's another grove of flowers, and then maybe the guy
destroyed the flowers like last movie, right? Yeah, that's a good point.
So maybe there's another grove or something. There's always another thing in these comic books. I know there was a lot of hype regarding Black Panther, and so when I heard it coming out, I wasn't like, oh my god, this is going to be the movie to save the world. But I also was like, this is going to be a Marvel movie, so it's going to be a good movie, because they're all pretty much good movies. I don't think there's been, even Thor: The Dark World was still a relatively good movie that you could watch. I was like, it's going to be a good movie. And I guess my biggest question is who's going to be the new guy? How are they going to, do Chadwick Boseman's death on screen? And then I kind of just guess moving forward, if they do have some kind of cool Atlantis thing, I don't know. I'm down for whatever. It's there's characters you gravitate towards in the MCU, and you're like, oh, I definitely want to hear what's up with them. I would pay for that movie. Like I would pay for Deadpool 3. You know, it's just like
You want to illegally download Deadpool 3 and Black Panther 2?
Black Panther 2. If it's on HBO Max, I might watch it. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like it's probably going to be really good. But yeah, it's just I'm not too invested in it. It's like I think it'll be cool, it'll be great, and they'll do something cool with it, and they'll pay honor to whatever memory they have with Chadwick Boseman. But I don't really know what's going to happen with it, and I'm not too invested in like what will happen with it.
Tanakh Horta from Netflix's Narcos has been cast. That's the guy that's supposedly rumored for Atuma. So that's interesting for sure. With Shuri, they can if they make Shuri Black Panther, they probably don't even need the flowers. They just give her like some like weird Panther Iron Man suit or some shit like that. She's definitely she hasn't really shown like her fighting skills in the comic, just like her in the live action movies, just kind of her intelligence. So Rick, what do you think about this news?
I like it. You know, I'm glad they're filming pretty quick. I guess you can say it's pretty quick. This movie should be released by what? Spring 2022? Yeah, so
22 or summer 2022.
Yeah, or summer 22. Yeah, it's just it's still hard for me to think of what they're gonna do. It's like he was a great Black Panther, man. He really embodied the character. It's fucking awesome to watch him in Civil War when he was going at it with Winter Soldier. I don't know what they're gonna do with Black Panther though. Is it gonna be M'Baku?
Yeah, I heard the rumor like somebody suggested like M'Baku and Shuri would share the mantle of Black Panther. It's more of a team thing of Black Panther instead of whatever they do, I think it's going to be a placeholder. It's not going to be the thing that's going to go forward for the MCU. I think they're going to just do something, explain why he's gone, and then kind of go from there and try to. I think they should recast. It's too big of a character, man, to not have T'Challa in the MCU, and especially
you think they're going to recast T'Challa?
Yeah, not now though. I think in the next movie they'll recast. Like this one, they'll like kind of deal with him not being there, and they'll come up with.
So they're not going to kill him off in the movie then. I
don't want that. I don't want him to. I don't want Black Panther to die off screen or some guy in a suit die like in the opening credits, and you just see Black Panther die. Like I don't know. I think he's too big. You need to have T'Challa in the MCU. So I don't.
Yeah. Well, as we've seen, that they're not opposed to recasting somebody, and it's obviously not on the level of Terrence Howard being a diva, but like it is something like that. Like basically an actor can't come back. And so they've demonstrated like, hey, we will recast this, but it's a difference between being a side supporting character and being the titular character of the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good point. So Francisco, what do you want to see them do with Black Panther, man? Do you need to recast it? They want to kill him off, or you want to?
What I want to see them do and what I think they'll do are two different things. I mean, yeah, they're not above recasting even main characters though, because of fucking Ed Norton and the Hulk. Like fucking like what I think they'll do is probably start it with a funeral. With a funeral for T'Challa, which is essentially a funeral for Chadwick Boseman, and I think they're going to give the mantle to Shuri, the little sister, and like she's going to be the Black Panther for the new movie. And I think if they do recast them, they're going to do it through the multiverse kind of thing. Like since they're already touching on it, I think if they do think that like Black Panther is too much of a character, like T'Challa is too much of a character to not have, I think they could and would bring him back through the multiverse, right? Like, I had to leave my fucking place because of yada yada. I'm here now because of blah blah blah. I think that's totally like something they could and would do. But in terms of like what I want to see, I mean, honestly, like I have no fucking clue what even is the right play for this, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
It's really there's no easy answer to this. Like, if people are going to be pissed off no matter what. Like, if you recast him, like, how dare you recast it? Like, fucking, how you dare you? Like, give another actor of color some work. Like, I don't understand. Like,
I like his idea. I like his idea of the multiverse, bringing out maybe a different T'Challa. Who's to say T'Challa is Chadwick or like looks like Chadwick Boseman in another multiverse? It could be Killmonger, who's T'Challa, but not saying to cast Michael B. Jordan back or anything.
Sure,
it could be anybody. It'd be a great way to even like bring it up an up and coming actor.
And
don't sleep on the opportunity.
That was suggested too, like having Michael B. Jordan Killmonger come back and he's resurrected. And he can be the new.
I wouldn't mind that, but
I wouldn't mind. I
wouldn't mind that.
I think that would work. I think that would make sense for the story. So let's see. We got here Captain Marvel. Is Captain Marvel's worst movie? I don't think so. I think Iron Man 3 is. I think
Iron Man 3 is pretty fucking bad.
Iron Man 3 sucks.
No, what are you talking about? Iron Man 3 is awesome.
God. Trevor, man, come on! They just ruined the.
Ruined the man.
Totally.
It was whatever. It felt like I was watching like a Lethal Weapon because it was one of the Lethal Weapon directors, and it was
Shane
fun
Black.
for me.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a mess for me. I fucking couldn't stand that.
It had parts of it that were pretty good, but damn, man.
I hated that last battle too. That shit was ridiculous. I didn't fucking like that shit.
Trevor, fuck Trevor, man.
Trevor, they'll never see me coming. The movie sucks. I hate that movie. They should act like nothing happened. Obviously, just focus on the secret stash of the Wakandan flower. They should keep the new actor as T'Challa from Dre. Replace him like they did Aunt Viv from French Prince.
That's fucked up, bro.
Aunt Viv number 1.
Yeah, you got Aunt Viv 1 and Aunt Viv 2.
I need to watch it. Anybody watch that Fresh Prince reunion?
Not yet.
I heard there was like an interview with the original Aunt Viv. I just want to watch it just for that. Like, I guess Will Smith sits down with her and talks about all the shit that went down. So I need to watch it just for that. That sounds like fucking amazing.
Fuck it. Everyone's talking about Aunt Viv. Do you guys remember on Roseanne when they recast her daughter?
Becky.
And then they recast her with the original actress.
Yeah, like towards the end, they were just like switching them back and forth. They would like show, like one would show up and the other one would show up. Like, that was a fucking mess. Yeah, Sarah Chalk was like I thought her Becky was better than the original Becky. Oh man.
I think overall, like my feeling is like what they did in the last Infinity War, it was such an end of an era for everything at Marvel, not only in terms of like the creative teams, the producers and directors behind it, but like fucking Robert Downey Jr. is gone. So I feel anything they do at this point, it's never going to be the same, and they're always going to be trying to capture the magic that they had. And sometimes you'll get a really cool movie. Maybe you'll get like a really cool Captain Marvel 2 or something, but it'll just, all of it will never be the original incarnation. And
Totally. And
I think that would have been more the case too if they didn't get the Fox deal. They didn't get the X-Men and Fantastic Four characters. I think that saves them from like this next era is going to be insane because you get to have Galactus, you get to have Silver Surfer, you get to have all the X-Men villains, and you get to have all this shit coming in, kind of refresh it because the MCU kind of used all the characters they can use, like the big time characters now. So now they have this is going to be the second life. This is going to be like the next phase of the MCU. I'm pretty excited for this next phase. It's definitely going some cool shit going to be happening. All right, let's see. Let's jump to this Michael J. Fox retiring, man. So Michael J. Fox, one of the great all-time actors, announced this week due to health conditions, he's going to be retiring. He kind of retired a couple times over the years, kind of his health. Then he would come out with a show and like, he kind of worked through it. So now it looks like he's this time it's for good. Looks like he was retiring for good. So I just kind of want to talk about Michael J. Fox, man. Just kind of some of our favorite moments, some of our favorite roles. Just talk about the man's. He's not dead yet, but he's not going to be acting anymore. So I just want to hear kind of some of your favorite Michael J. Fox moments and roles and what have you. So Francisco, go to you first, man. What's some of your favorite Michael J. Fox, man?
Oh yeah, no. So absolutely love Michael J. Fox and respect for the fact that he's been able to like put in the work, like 12-hour shoots, reading, like memorizing 7 pages of script and shit, and like lasting as long as he did because like his illness is incredibly degenerative and so just super mad respect. And he was even quoted as saying like I know this is like my second time retirement and something might change in the future, but for now I have to stand back. And I would just love if Michael J. Fox came back as an actor with like full robot appendages and like full cyborg status. Like just came back
Totally
to
down.
give us more of that fucking like childish charm and fucking like bright smile and massive robot fucking legs and arms and laser cannons and shit. Honestly, like I know it's not like one of his biggest roles, but role that stuck with me the most is his OCD character he played in Scrubs.
Yeah, that's on my That's
really
Great
fucking
character.
totally great character, really great performance. He just like he forces you to relate to the character in such a way that's so heartbreaking.
Yeah. You won. I think you won an Emmy for that role, that episode.
Not surprising at all. I mean, that guy, like, that's the thing about Michael J. Fox is that, like, whenever you like, he works based off of the material you give him. You give him like solid fucking heartbreaking material, he's going to give you a heartbreaking performance. That's one thing I really respect about the guy is he doesn't half-ass it, even if it's for a fucking sitcom TV show. So yeah, totally. Like Michael J. Fox, take a fucking break, dude. You've earned it. Like, sit the fuck down. We'll have someone grab you a drink. You're fucking done for now.
You
Relax.
did your part. You did your role. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those guys that you don't have like a bad, like, never had like a, big scandal, never had anything like crazy shit. Like, it just it seemed like the sweetest fucking guy I've ever been. So Brady, what about you, man? What's some of your favorite like Michael J. Fox roles, moments, whatever?
I know he says he's retiring, but I got an inside source that says he's coming back in Predator 3 as the Predator. No,
what's up, Doc?
Obviously,
Predator versus Teen Wolf. I'm down.
I'm here to kill you. I think
like Michael J. Fox is hunting the Predator. It's a reverse. I'm down with that. That sounds amazing.
Come on. Anyway, he, obviously, like as a kid, I was watching Back to the Future, and I fucking loved it. And then, kind of more in my teen years, he did a sitcom that was pretty funny called Spin City that I really enjoyed him in.
That was a great show.
But all that aside, like the acting stuff aside, my both of my grandfathers had Parkinson's disease, and it's just him as a person is really one of my favorite moments because it was like, I don't know, like 14 years ago when YouTube was just starting being YouTube. It was like, who is that talk show radio host? He was like a right-wing guy.
Limbaugh was making fun of him, like he was like faking it and shit.
Rush Limbaugh was saying something like, it was basically as somebody who cared about Parkinson's, Michael J. Fox was saying some political things, and then or I think he was in a commercial or something and he was kind of moving like this, which is kind of one of the side effects of the Parkinson's medication he was on. And Rush Limbaugh was like, Michael J. Fox is out there going like this.
Yeah,
And
I remember
then
that. That was fucking what a piece of shit.
Yeah, and that was the consensus from everybody, is Rush Limbaugh is a piece of shit. And when he had the opportunity to shit on Rush Limbaugh and be like, yeah, fuck that guy, he just restrained himself and said, you know, I just don't think he's aware of how the disease really works. And, you know, that's one of the symptoms of the medication. And he basically just gave this really polite answer and never attacked Rush Limbaugh and was just super sweet about it. And in that moment, I was like, wow, Michael J. Fox is really like a super cool guy behind the scenes. Because he totally could have been like, you know, fuck you, Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah.
You don't have Parkinson's disease. You don't understand it. And also, in my heart, I'll always have a special place for Michael J. Fox because I believe he's Canadian.
Yeah.
You know, and my one of my grandpas is Canadian. So besides having Parkinson's and being Canadian, you know, it's like he'll always be there for me. And of course, fucking Back to the Future, man. Oh, and then they did the fucking it was on Jimmy Kimmel. Like they did the fucking thing with Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, came out and like, oh yeah, what year is this? Oh shit. That was pretty awesome.
So he's just a cool guy, an actual really cool person, and I'll always respect him for that.
Yeah, I loved Family Ties. I was a big Family Ties mark, and that's when like Republicans were like, you can like we're okay with Republicans back in the Reagan era. Like he played a Republican. He made Republicans seem acceptable. But he was just a great, like he had these little roles. Like one of my last favorite roles from the last few years of him was the Curb Your Enthusiasm when he was on there with with Larry David and just like
neighbor upstairs. That was great, man.
Yeah, that whole interaction with him was great. And was it he just saw all these like little roles he would have, like somebody Lori mentioned in the chat that he was on the episode of Night Court. I remember that episode. You know, and of course, you know, Marty for sure. One of my favorite roles of his all time is The Frighteners. I love The Frighteners. One of my favorite movies of all time. And just seeing him like you know, fighting ghosts and doing all this crazy shit, and that was like probably his last like major roles before he really kind of the disease kind of really affected him. So yeah, he's definitely that role is definitely one of my favorites. So Rick, what about you, man? What's some of your favorite Michael J. movies?
Too many. I remember he made an appearance once on Night Court. Yep. I think it was a Christmas episode. You know, fucking Harry had to fucking like restrain him. He's like, "It's okay, kid." Yeah, and like he said, like I think Francisco said or Brady said that fucking Michael J. Fox is really good at playing like, you know, like just fucking, you know, heartwarming and like just so super sad. He'll play the shit out of that role. But dude, he's had hell of them. You know, everybody knows about Back to the Future, but there's a couple of movies, a few movies. I like Bright Lights, Big City.
Yeah, it's a good one.
He was a coked out guy. You know, like it's the whole thing about, you know, it's the small town guy moving to the city, getting introduced to the fucking, you know, certain people in your friends, you know, circle of friends, and your shit you just fucking spiral. He was really good in Casualties of War, which is one of the most difficult movies to watch. He plays a soldier in Vietnam who his squad ends up capturing a village girl and take her on patrol with them so they can like repeatedly rape her, and he's the only one who doesn't participate, but he has this, you know, he has to report it, but the guy who he's reporting saved his life and all. It's fucking it tears it up, but like it's one, you know, you got Teen Wolf actually playing like a real good serious role in that movie, so that's another good one. And then just for fun, dude, if you guys never seen Greedy, I'm glad that
I was gonna mention Greedy.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned Frighteners, because I was gonna mention Frighteners, but Greedy, him and Greedy, Greedy has a great cast. Phil Hartman, Kirk Douglas. Greedy's a fucking awesome movie. If you want to see like Michael J. Fox go fucking full ham, that's one of the fucking movies to do it. You might not like him most of the movie, but it's fucking he's dope. He's dope.
That's a great shout right there. Yeah, just classic, man. Just classic movies, man. He always had anytime he showed up in anything was great, man. So top three Michael J. Fox movies, man. I would probably go. I'll do mine first, real quick. What did I write down? I said I'll go Teen Wolf 3, Frighteners 2, and Back to the Future Part 2 as number one.
You said Teen Wolf 3. I was like, there was a third one? What the fuck?
Still tough. Yeah, so I'll go Teen Wolf, Frighteners, and Back to the Future Part 2. I'm a big Back to the Future Part 2 fan. The first one's great too, but Part 2 is just one of my favorite flicks. So how about you, Brady? Top three.
I would say Frighteners, and then there was that one where he was like a young Wall Street executive. What was the name of it?
The Secret of My Success.
Yeah, that one was pretty funny.
That's a good one too.
That's a good movie.
And then I just absolutely I adore Back to the Future too, man. It's to me it's like the perfect movie because it's like they go to the future, you know. It's just.
They actually use time travel, and they go to like alternate 85. They go back to the first movie. Like it's just I love they have hoverboards. Come on, man. That scene in the future is awesome, man. Like that's a good show.
Yeah, I think it's like it's this weird pop dystopia of a future, and it's like to say that they were wrong. It's like. No, man, like the joke about like the gas prices are like $10 a gallon. We're not that far off from it. There being like a Jaws 19. The joke behind it is about sequels while we don't have a Jaws 19. Like how many fucking Spider-Man movies have there been? You know, it's like you see the joke that they're aware of what the future is. And then they're like, and this is what it could be, flying cars.
Yeah,
you know,
I think the only thing we didn't get was the flying cars and the hoverboards, man. Yeah, we got the Cubs won the pennant. The Cubs won the World Series. They predicted that, so yeah, that's a great flick. What about you, Francisco? Top three Michael J. Fox flicks.
I'm bummed that I don't have a movie you guys haven't mentioned yet. But, like, fucking Frighteners is like surprisingly fucked up.
Yeah,
and I fucking because seeing that as a kid, it was like one part funny. Like 2 parts. Am I scarred from this?
Yeah, man.
It's like surprisingly a gnarly fucking movie. And then of course Back to the Future 1 and 2. I love how like much they touched on it at all. Like, yeah, corporations are running the future.
Yeah.
Like, yes, the future is owned by corporations.
Yeah. Glad to see how that doesn't change. All right, Rick. What about you? Last one. Top three Michael J. Fox.
Personally, I'd probably go with almost the same ones you did. You know, just for like me and my fandom of just his movies in general. But if I'm like looking at his performances, like just how he fucking like just knocked it out of the park. You know, definitely Back to the Future will probably be number one. Number two, if you guys haven't seen that movie, it's like I said, it's a hard watch, but Casualties of War is a fucking
I haven't seen it in a long time. Yeah,
it's an awesome movie. It's hard to watch, but it's a really good movie with him. And number three, the Frighteners, man. Yeah, Frighteners. He in that movie you could just see a little bit because I've always been like looking for signs of how he was dealing with Parkinson when he was filming certain movies, and that movie, a lot of subtle stuff that he was doing, like I'm sure you remember it, Ray, where he's like walking away from the cemetery for one of the first times, and I think the sheriff is looking at him and he's talking to somebody, but just the way he's like acting, like his movements, it's just like I was like, wow, he's hiding it right there. You can just see like it's like certain more extra movements that he's doing when he's acting and stuff. So that guy's awesome, man. Yeah,
he's great. Alerb, that's a great human moment for Michael J. Fox. Great call, Brady. Real motherfucker. Alex P. Keaton, man. Alex P. Keaton. Jen, expectation down. I wish I met him to sign the Frighteners one day when cons return. Yeah, hopefully he gets on the con circuit. We're supposed to meet him in Seattle. He was going to be at the Back to the Future panel in Seattle. Canceled. Yeah, next time around, I'm going to meet him. Fuck that. Let's see. Also respected in the fact that he's been married to his wife for a long time too. Yeah, that's they seem like a very like genuine couple, and hey man, that old
They
adage,
met on
man,
Family Ties.
sickness and health, man. She stuck with him all after all this, man. So that's a beautiful love story. Casualties of war. Once again, Rick, you mentioned the one on my mind. Yeah, they mind meld at some point. So let's see. Dre, Greedy, Frighteners, and Back to the Future Part 2. Yeah, Greedy's that's an underrated fucking thing.
Greedy's great, man.
Just for Phil Hartman alone, man. Phil Hartman's amazing. I love Phil Hartman. Oh man, the great Phil Hartman. I wish I go back to the beginning of the season, put some money on the Cubbies. Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, me too. All right, awesome. So yeah, folks, if you haven't already, where's my fucking stupid banner thing? All right, let's do this one. Like and subscribe. Now I got two things going on. God damn it! I'll figure it out once. There you go. Thumbs up, like and subscribe to the video if you haven't already, folks. I really appreciate that. It helps with the analytics. So what's up, Brady? You need to get out of here, man. You got work?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
Thank you so much for having me, Ray.
Awesome,
I sent
man.
you a copy, a video, link to the latest video we did.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'll throw that in the description thing.
Yeah, and if you
Awesome.
guys want to check it out, it's really short. It's like 30 seconds. Just the way the internet works, it's like you either got to be super long like this or under a minute for anybody to pay attention to you.
Nobody wants anything in between.
Yeah, they're like, I want it for hours or seconds. That's
Yeah. Yeah,
so
for real,
most
man.
of the stuff is like really short. You could probably watch everything we have online in under 30 or 40 minutes, and then
Awesome,
man.
Yeah, we got some time to kill. Perfect. I appreciate it. So, you doing any stand up in the near future you want to plug?
Hey man, I'm not doing anything.
Just going to work.
It's so weird, man. It's like because it's with these parklet shows, you kind of have to decide, like, am I gonna be part of this crew that's gonna be out there doing shows on a sidewalk? And I was like, man, I was doing this, like me and my comedy partner Wildebeest, like we were doing BART shows before it was like a thing to do outdoor comedy, and then it's just like now everybody's doing it and we're getting no credit, like nothing. It's just
Part
like,
of this
hey,
gangster shit, motherfucker thanks you get, man.
But yeah, I also am trying to play it safe. I got asthma, so I can't really be out there as much. And other than that, just trying to write. And eventually I'll get booked on some of these shows, and I'll be back to it. But as of right now, nothing. Just check out the YouTube page, and every once in a while a new video will pop, and it'll be good.
Right on. I appreciate it, Brady. Thanks for coming on, man. Joining us, man.
Hey man, I really appreciate you having me. It's always a fun time, and
Awesome.
Good job on that intro.
We're classing up the joint, man. We're classing up the joint a little bit. All right, brother.
Right on.
Right, stay safe out there, man.
See you later.
Good to meet you. All right, now that he's fucking gone.
Awesome. All right, so let's. I guess we'll jump to the pool list. Oh, actually, I guess we could talk about this real quick. They canceled Doctor Doom. The great Christopher Cantwell, Salvador LaRocca. This series is coming to an end. I believe issue number 10 that comes out next month. I think the new issue, the number 9, comes out tomorrow or next week, some shit like that. I think tomorrow, number 9 comes out. This has been my favorite series of the year. I'm a little biased. I love Doctor Doom, but everybody I've showed this series to loves it. It's an amazing series. Christopher Cantwell writes an amazing story. And Salvador LaRocca is just doing some other shit with his art, man. He's on a whole nother level right now. So I'm just bummed out. This is 2020 in a nutshell, man. Doctor Doom, one of the best issues of the best series of the year, is getting canceled. So, Francis, have you checked out this series at all?
No, to be honest, I didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
I love that you're recommending it so strongly.
Really
It'll
good.
give me
Really fucking
something
good.
else to read. You know,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Oh, really highly recommended. Like the first trade is out, and yeah, they're working on the second set of issues right now. But issue number 7 is probably going to go on my best of list of the year, just all around, because it's just one of the best issues of comics I've read all year. So I'm a little bummed out about this, but at least we got 10 issues of a great Doctor Doom series. So like, yeah. Rick, did you read any of the Doctor Doom yet?
No, I'm waiting till it comes out. Now that it's fucking canceled, they're gonna have a fucking collected issue. So I was waiting for the whole collection to come out.
Yeah. The first trade is coming out. The first trade is out. The second trade, I believe, comes out in March, I believe. And
why did they cancel? Did they mention
they didn't
why?
really say. They've been canceling a lot of stuff. And somebody made a good point that they might be doing something with Doctor Doom in the MCU, and they want to retool it to like make it fit. So that might be a thing. I wouldn't be surprised.
That'd be cool if they did it for that reason. But any other reason, it's just like fuck you guys, man.
Believe me, no one's more upset than me. We do have one more issue after that. It's a King in Black tie-in. They're doing a big Venom origin of Venom, big storyline in the Marvel comic universe. And so they're doing a one-shot. It's basically Doctor Doom and Iron Man. Christopher Cantwell is doing Iron Man right now. He's writing Iron Man, which is really good too. I read the first issue. Basically, I think the plot is they basically it's Doctor Doom and Iron Man versus Santa Claus in some way. So I'm down for that. So that'll be the last Doctor Doom issue, pretty much with Christopher Cantwell. Hopefully he does some more because it's amazing. Yeah, definitely check it out. It's highly recommended. It's not hyperbole. Everyone I've showed it to loves it. So definitely check it out. All right, cool. So that was some fun discussions. So let's jump to the pool list. The pool list is pretty much what you picked up during the week, good or bad, what you watched, listened to, something you want to talk about. Like I said, good or bad, something you picked up, something you read, what have you, whatever you want to talk about. So we'll go to you, Max Effort. What's on your pull list this week?
All right, dude. So I'm sure I posted the news about Grand Theft Auto getting another heist package coming soon. I think it's coming in December 2nd week. So I went back to it and started rediscovering a bunch of new missions that they've like released for the yacht, and a lot of it's fun. I'm reading a lot about what's going on with the new heist mechanics, that you're going to be able to do the heist by yourself now. It's something similar to the casino heist, but they're going to scale it for you. So I'm glad that they're doing this, and they're going to have a whole new area of the map. I'm hoping stuff like this is just a precursor to hopefully getting San Fierro, getting Las Venturas, getting Liberty City, getting Vice City, maybe just creating a whole Grand Theft Auto world where you just build your empire in different cities. This is to me actually the next logical step. Instead of going GTA 6, you go GTA 6, make it a pure single player experience. But GTA 5, you got it. Just keep building. It's a world now. People don't want to give up the characters.
I think they don't. Yeah, I don't think they're going back to like I don't think you're going to see a 6. I think they're just going to expand this world. It's just going to be like GTA world.
Which I hope for.
Yeah, I think they need to go that route. Yeah, I would definitely want to see a San Fierro. That's good. So what's on your pull list?
Life with a lot more guns and a lot
more. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
More guns, more cars. Yeah.
More cars.
More cars.
Yeah. So, all right. What else is on your pull list?
Let me see. What else? Not too much. I mean, I'm almost done with Truth Seekers.
I watched the second episode today. Yeah, it's good, man. I'm digging it. I like the characters.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Francisco? The Truth Seekers on the.
I hadn't even hert of it.
Yeah, Nick Frost and Simon Pegg are in it. Simon Pegg is in it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, not as much, but it's Nick Frost is. It's pretty much a Nick Frost show. They're like ghost. He's like a ghost hunter kind of thing. It's definitely
like
if you're a fan of like Nick Frost and Simon Pegg, it's a no-brainer. It's really good.
Yeah,
no, it's good so far. I haven't watched the whole thing, so the first 2 episodes have been really good. So
it's been holding.
I thought it was just going to be a movie, but I was so surprised and honestly overjoyed that it was going to be an actual series and that we would just get as much Nick Frost as possible.
Yeah,
and you get Malcolm McDowell, who's pretty fucking funny in it too.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Malcolm McDowell's great in it.
Yeah, he's great.
Fan of that.
Yeah, awesome. All right. That's all you got, Rick?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Francisco, you want to go next, man?
Okay, so because we didn't. All right, so before the show started, we were talking about Brendan Fraser and like how glad I was that he was getting work in what's that fucking DC show he's on?
Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol. So we were talking about how glad I was that he was getting work because of the whole fucked alimony situation that he was like thrown into. And like Ray said to save it for my pull list or whatever. So this is I'm going to touch on this real quick. Isn't it fucking ridiculous that in the Mummy reboot for the fucking Dark Universe that they went with Tom Cruise, who is so much older than Brendan Fraser, to play the main protagonist in the Mummy? Just give Brendan Fraser like 6 months and he'll get some abs, man. What the fuck?
Didn't they set up?
Just like fucking.
Didn't they set up in the third Mummy movie that he was like immortal or some shit, like Brendan Fraser's character? And they said
no, like he fucking. He was supposed to have died, but then they took him to a fountain. I watched all the Mummies movies also recently. Except, okay, here's the whole other fucking thing. Did you know that, like, in the Mummies movies, there's 7 canon movies. There's the 3
Scorpion King,
Mummies 1, 2, 3, and then there's like 4 Scorpion movies.
There's 4 of those. I knew there was 2 of them. I didn't know there was.
The fucking Scorpion, the like with The Rock, that's the prequel. That has 2 prequels.
Oh shit!
And then 2 movies after that that
God.
all look fucking terrible.
I'm sure
Sci-Fi Channel.
Yes, dude. And like Billy Zane and Ron Perlman are in one of them, and then like no one else is in any of them because they keep getting like fucking wrestlers and UFC fighters to play the fucking like stars and shit, and they just look so fucking terrible.
Oh my god.
Fucking awful. But yeah, so that was my Brendan Fraser thing. And then for my pool list, and this is it after this. Okay, I watched this movie recently called The Fanatic. Have you heard of it?
Oh, I've heard of it. Yeah, is that the one with Patton Oswalt?
Oh my god. No.
No, that's
It's
big.
with-
Oh no,
That's Big Fan.
the Travolta one,
It's with John Travolta.
directed by.
Where he plays a mentally handicapped person. It plays someone with severe autism, and it's directed by Fred Durst. Fred fucking Durst.
Yeah.
And like, I want to fucking share my screen real quick so that I can show you what they have John Travolta looking like.
I've seen
Because,
this.
like,
Yeah.
so John Travolta is someone with severe autism who fucking, it's supposed to be a scary movie. First of all, it's supposed to be a thriller, right? A scary movie. The idea is that this mentally handicapped person becomes obsessed, is obsessed with the celebrity and stalks them, right? Okay, you're with me. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show what this dude looks like. Dude, hang on. How does this fucking work? Okay. Is it working?
Oh, there he goes.
Okay. That's John Travolta. This is John Travolta with the plaid shorts, the fucked up haircut. What the fuck? This movie is so shallow and mean towards like people with severe autism. Like, oh my god, it's so fucked up. And like, okay, here's the other thing. You can stop sharing my screen. Because fucking like, so John Travolta not only plays like, it's like someone told him, like, oh yeah, people with severe autism act like this. And John Travolta was like, oh, totally, okay. And like, just dove into the most fucked up impersonation of someone with autism ever. And like, fucking, not only does he do that, but his character plays a street performer that does like a fucking like fucking cobblestone, like Keystone Cop in English, like an English old copper kind of guy, right? like a fucking 1920s policeman in the UK, street performer, right? That's the character. And then John Travolta, playing someone with severe autism, plays that character. So you're watching John Travolta not only play someone with autism, but play an English person with autism.
That's high physics,
so
man.
Fucked up. It's so bad. And you get the whole energy of the whole thing is that John Travolta thinks this is going to win him an Oscar because he's trying to sell it so fucking hard. And like, let alone the fact that the whole movie premise is like, yeah, you never can trust those people with disabilities. They might just show up in your house and fucking kill your mate or some shit. It's fucking
You just made him sound like a gremlin and shit.
Dude, I fucking
don't feed Travolta after midnight, man.
If I'm ever in a room with Travolta or Fred Durst, I don't care how old they are or how old I am. I'm fucking swinging on them. I was so fucking pissed. I got mad at the person who showed me the movie. I will do time to punch Travolta in his fucking face and Fred Durst. Oh my god, this movie. And the fucking landscaper for this celebrity is like a fucking terribly mean caricature of a Mexican person that they just call Jose and just fucking does the like gardening and shit. And like they kill the fucking maid who's also Hispanic, and like nothing comes of that until the very end where she's just been dead in a yard for multiple days. Also, here's the other fucking thing. Fred Durst, here's the thing. Fred Durst is like the director of the movie, right? Okay, sure, whatever. They have the main celebrity, the main antagonist of the movie, which also, how is like he the antagonist when we're sympathizing with the protagonist who's supposed to be the antagonist because this is supposed to be a scary movie, whatever, fuck it. The main celebrity that Travolta stalks plays Limp Bizkit in the car to his son and is like, you like this? This used to be the shit back in my day. Fred Durst is still plugging his own fucking music in his movie, and it's fucking Limp Bizkit.
If it's not my way, I don't want to hear it, man. I don't want to hear it.
I was like, oh, how can you fucking... And here's the other thing. It was produced, the money was made with money by John Travolta and Fred Durst. They're friends. Of course they're friends.
Oh my god.
They got together and was like, hey, let's make a movie. What's it about? Just a fucking mentally handicapped person stalks and kills somebody. Tight. That sounds like a great movie. Here's my fucking money. And like, oh my god. I could go on about this movie forever.
Oh, please. I'm fucking dying over here, Mike.
I fucking hate it. Oh my god.
I think we need to get a clip out of just this and fucking post it, man.
Dude. It's such
I saw I saw like 10 seconds of the trailer. I was like, nope, no. Yeah,
like fucking. Here's the other thing. John Travolta, his character rides a moped, sure, but they give him a fucking bike helmet to ride his moped, as if this character who has a moped wouldn't have a motorcycle helmet or something better than a dinky $5 fucking bike helmet. What do they think these people are like? Oh, God.
Gen Expectation said it perfectly. Fred Durst sucks.
It fucking sucks.
That's awesome. Now I want to watch it.
Such a bad movie. Oh my god.
Rick will watch it and like it.
No, dude, I tuned out from Travolta a long time ago.
You see, he's in that fucking commercial with Samuel L. Jackson.
No.
He plays Santa Claus in the fucking commercial with Samuel L. Jackson, like one of those fucking like insurance commercials. I was like, is that fucking Travolta playing Santa Claus? And they don't even like acknowledge it. It's just Travolta in a Santa Claus suit. It's weird. It's a fucking weird thing.
Like I've seen the trailers for that. I saw trailers for the Gotti movie. I was like, what the fuck is
Travolta is just like
he's lost.
Okay. One more thing. And I'll end it here. One more thing. So I was reading interviews after the movie because I got to figure out what the fuck happened. How did this movie happen? And like John Travolta is saying that working with Fred Durst was one of the most pleasurable experiences he's ever had in the industry. Bah! What? You've worked with legends. How is working with John Travolta the best experience you've ever had? Not only that, John Travolta says, oh yeah, Fred Durst was really brave in that he let me make a lot of choices with the character so that I could really do with it what I felt was right, which means the performance you see is exactly what John Travolta wanted. And I could.
That's amazing.
I'm gonna hit them.
Well, Fred Durst has many reasons to hit him. So.
Oh my god!
That's amazing.
How did fucking Fred Durst direct a film and it be? It's so fucked. It's such a fucked up movie.
You know what? I'm tired of you holding back, Francisco. Tell us how you really feel about the movie.
So fucked.
That's awesome. Oh man! All right, so go check. All right, so Francisco's recommendation: go check out Fanatic.
You know what the other thing? Oh no, they didn't make us pay for it. All right, I was gonna be pissed if they did.
Pay for
I'm
it,
remembering now.
That's a damn shame if you had to pay for that fucking shit.
No, I think it's free on Amazon Prime.
It should be free at a 7-Eleven with a free fucking hot dog.
Oh my god! It should be free for fucking criminals who murder families as a punishment. That's what it should be free for.
That's fucking awesome. Now I kind of want to watch it now, just for that beautiful rant. So, all right, we'll talk about a good movie now, since I watched this. I haven't watched this in a couple of years, but it is a season.
It's a good
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, directed by the great John Hughes. Man, this movie's awesome, man. I haven't watched this in a couple of years. I had it sitting on my shelf for a while, so I was like, it's a good enough time. It's Thanksgiving season. I guess the best Thanksgiving movie. Like name a better Thanksgiving movie. Yeah, it can't. Great scene. The scene with the lady from Ferris Bueller when he's getting the fucking his car rental. Yeah. When I was thinking halfway through the movie, I was like, why is this rated R? This is like, there's no really like. And then that scene came. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. That was like 30 fucks and like great performances by John Candy. Great performances by Steve Martin. Just a classic movie, man. I love it. So much heart to it too, man. It's just
totally.
Yeah, if that movie was made today, it would be like so cynical and snarky. That movies don't have heart like that anymore, man. Especially like holiday movies, man.
John Hughes, baby.
John Hughes, man.
John Hughes. When you tell a story, have a point. That was like one of the best lines to me, dude. I love that one.
So this week, I'm a big Baroness mark. I picked up some things. I picked up Baroness. They're doing a retro line of figures with the old card back with like a newer figure in there. I bought it because I love the card art. It's like the original card art with like a new figure in it. I'm a big Baroness fan, big G.I. Joe fan. And also I got in today Peter Mayhew. He's like a concept artist for some Star Wars stuff. He does comic book covers. I don't see that little glare on there, but that's a Baroness cover that came out by Peter Mayhew. It's a pretty awesome cover, man. That's going on the wall. I love me some Baroness. And earlier today, it came in early, and I started reading it about probably like 40, 50 pages in. Ready Player 2. Ready Player One is one of my favorite books. I know some people, not their cup of tea, and it's very heavy nostalgic, 80s nostalgia, which I'm all aboard. I really enjoyed the first book. I gave it to a bunch of friends, and I kind of ruined Rick's life giving them that book. So I kind of regret doing that.
I don't understand the point. You want to live in the Oasis. Live your life.
You didn't get the point of the the Rick. No. You don't want to live in the.
No, yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So Ready Player One, right Ernest Cline. I was a big fan of the movie too. I love the movie. It definitely differs from the book. But yeah, I'm like 40 pages in. It's interesting so far. I'm digging it so far. So definitely gonna get into this in the next few days. So yeah, I haven't read a real book in a while. So yeah, it'd be nice to get into that. So far it's good. I'm digging it. I like the first book a lot. So I'm on board.
Got a question for you. So anything on that? Is it directly a direct sequel to the book, or are they like using anything from the movie to like kind of him influencing him? No.
Not so far. Not so far. It's mostly
It's a direct to the book.
direct to the book. Yeah, sequel
Okay.
to the book. So yeah, nothing from the movie so far. So, but yeah, I'm digging it so far. I'm digging it. I'm intrigued. I definitely want to get back into it. So, yeah, that's my pull for this week. Let's see. We're gonna see. We got Lori. The fucking wrong choices apparently. Yeah, that's some bad choices there. They should they should Fanatic as a torture tactic for terrorists. Laura, are you drunk right now? How many wine bottles have you drinking?
Here's the thing. That's like too severe. That's got to break some sort of Geneva Convention.
Yeah, that might be in the bylaws of the Geneva Convention.
Seriously.
Don't show Fanatic to anyone. Awesome. All right. So let's see. So folks, if you're watching right now, please be like Hulk. Like and subscribe to the channel. Please like and subscribe. I gotta take that fucking thing off. I gotta remember to do that. Like and subscribe to the SF Combo Co. If you haven't already, please. It helps with the analytics. Get those numbers up. It's always a nice thing. Appreciate it. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna do some hidden gems. Hidden gems is pretty much a show and tell. It's something like Cuddy in your collection or something Cuddy you want to talk about. No, it doesn't have to be on your pull list. Just something that that's special to you that you want to share with the group. Like you did back in the day when you're in school. You come after summer and show off your cool toy that you picked up. So Rick, I'll start with you. What's your hidden gem for the week?
So I was a huge Warcraft mark, and I played Warcraft for World of Warcraft for almost fucking 10 years. Became a recluse, and the one thing is, it's very immersive with what? It's very immersive with its story.
This is why Ready Player One was a bad thing to give you.
Shut up, Ray. So, they actually made a comic book for Warcraft. So it's written by Walter Simonson, and drawn by Ludo Lullaby. The first one. So this is really rich in fantasy lore, for people who like fantasy books. And the first 4 books tell like the story of of King Varian Wrynn. Pretty much, it's almost like mimics kind of like the story of Gladiator. He kind of loses his memory and gets sold into become a gladiator. Teams with people he would never team with because like the humans in World of Warcraft are some of the most fucking racist pricks there are. And so he learns a lot more.
Trump supporters, huh? All right.
Yeah, pretty much. But he opens up and starts. He's pretty much friends with people on the opposite side. The king is, and he doesn't know he's the king until he finally, like another human sees him, and they're like, "Holy shit, it's the Lost King!" And he has this group of people that he travels with, and the story's pretty good. I think Walter Simonson, he wrote a lot of the Thor, right?
He wrote and drew Thor for a good run.
Yeah, so I mean, I enjoyed his run on this book. It's pretty much the Varian Wrynn storyline. There's other storylines that deal with other characters in Warcraft, but Warcraft is a huge. It definitely has its community. It's rich in its history. It goes back and it dates back almost like 24 plus years now. Going all the way back to the original Warcraft game, the real-time strategy game. So it's a good read for those who remember Warcraft and would like to remember it and have that nostalgic feeling. And that's really great art too. So yeah,
nice. Fuck yeah, cool, awesome. All right, Francisco, you want to go next?
Yeah. So just got it today. Ed Luce, Lovable Oaf. It's local artist, local writer.
I've seen that in the store. Yeah.
Yeah, this is set in San Francisco. Talks a lot about like music scenes in San Francisco and like different communities in San Francisco, and it's a really like fun read, but also like romantic comedy in a way, but really sweet, really cool. Love the art. And Ed Luce is someone in San Francisco that, or is someone that like San Francisco should be proud of for sure. Accomplished writer. Definitely say check it out. Follows this main guy right here, who's this big burly gay dude, and just is fucking like gnarly but also really funny, and follows his like cast of friends and shit. Yeah, just a good read if you want something that's light but also fun to look at and fun to follow.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I've seen that at a couple. Have you been to Silver Sprocket on Valencia yet?
No, I don't hang out in the city really.
Yeah, if you ever make it to the city, man, go to Valencia. It's like an indie, it's like a indie comic book spot. And they have like a lot of indie comics and stuff, like a lot of zines and stuff. It's a cool little shop. Yeah, it's like on Valencia by like 22nd, I believe. Yeah, it's cool. Like all they have is just indie books. It's all indie books, like some local artists and stuff too. So definitely worth checking out if you're into that kind of stuff. Cool, awesome. So my hidden gem this week, I'm going with Italian artist Milo Manera. This guy is amazing. I picked up a couple of his books. He did an issue, a one shot of X-Men. Like the art is amazing. Like he draws women like probably no other artist I've seen. It just I'm trying to get a good shot, but he's just an amazing artist. He's an Italian artist. Like some of his art is just like super amazing. Like he draws women like really just beautiful art. And I picked up this definitive collection of his. It's amazing. I'm trying to. It's very not safe for work, so I'll try to find them. I guess I could show the first page, but that first page.
Not many shots in there, right?
Yeah, not a lot of shots, but it's a Gulliver's Tale, but with a big tall hot woman. So it's very the art is amazing. I guess I could show that. But he draws women just really well. He just draws everything really well. Just the art is amazing. It's beautiful, beautifully drawn. Like I said, he's an Italian artist. A lot of this book I can't show because it's a little risque. But he does some like these are all like his like some of the short stories he did. He does some Greek myth stories and stuff. There's like a murder mystery one he did. Just the art is just, like the colors and the art are just so amazing, man. I'm just I'm definitely can't wait to dig into it. But about this mostly because the art looks amazing. He did a cover for Spider Woman a few years ago, a variant that was kind of controversial because it was like it was too sexy. It was like her ass was like in the air and she's like crawling on a wall. A pose that's been done like many times in comics, like so many times that pose has been done, but for some reason it was too like hot and sexy. It was too much for the fanboys, so they had to cancel that. But yeah, Milo Manera, man, definitely go check his art out if you can. You can check it out online. Like I said, some of his stuff is not safe for work. He definitely goes there on certain things, but it's beautiful artwork, man. Italian artist, very underrated. I just kind of found out about him a couple years ago, but I found a couple books at Flying Colors in Walnut Creek, so I'll give a shout out to them, and it was cool. I love going to different shops in the Bay Area, but finding those, it was cool, man. Milo Manera, that was my hidden gem for the week. Cool. Yeah, definitely check it out. All right, so folks, like I said, like and subscribe to the channel. Like our boy Spidey says, hit like and subscribe. It helps the analytics and what have you. So please help us out with that. So Francisco, man, you want to give any plugs? Any last words for us? Anything you want to shout out?
Shit, man. I mean, I don't have anything to plug. I mean, if you want to like look at my fucking homework assignments for my film projects and shit, you can find my YouTube channel at Francisco Trevizo. There was one we did one of did a like sketch kind of documentary thing making fun of San Francisco techies. And it's this game developer who's like so far up his own ass. And so yeah, you could just watch that on my YouTube channel if you want.
Awesome. What's the channel called again?
I don't even know. There's a hang on. I didn't even think I would be plugging it because like who the fuck would watch my like homework assignments, but some of them
people are bored right now, man. They just want content, man. they'll take anything right now.
I guess it's just Francisco Trevizo on YouTube. I'm not really sure. I'll plug it after.
Okay, I'll throw a link in there. In the description. Cool. Awesome.
Totally.
All right, right on, man. Good to have you back on, man. That was a
Totally. Good to
long
be
time
back.
coming. Man. Yeah, get you back on the rotation, man.
I'd love to, man. I love hanging out with you guys and
Right on, man. Appreciate
talking
it.
shit.
Yeah, talking all the geek shit, man. Like you know,
Yeah.
there's only so many people you can talk real geek shit with, man. That's what.
Man, anytime you want me to just fucking get so mad at a movie I just watched, I'm so fucking down.
Please. That's why I want the pool list to be like your complaint, your grievances about things. People want to talk about positive shit all the time. No, I want to hear grievances. I want to hear angry fucking rants like that. That was great. That was perfect.
I just sent you a link in the
Okay,
private
awesome.
chat
Very
for
cool.
what I think is my channel.
hoping. Max effort.
Well, since this is the go home like Thanksgiving Day episode, I'd like to say I'm thankful for all my friends on the SF Comic Book Company. Thankful for friends and family. No, for real. Fuck you. fucking chucklehead.
Do you have a fucking heart?
Oh, look at you trying to be sincere.
Yeah.
After your performance last week,
was I twitching? Was it not too much of this shit? No, fuck you guys. I'm not gonna go full monarch. I promise.
Yeah, you know Rick Sears when he goes full monarch.
It gets real. No, but I just want to say thanks to everybody. You know, fucking everybody. This year it's been a fucked up year, but you know
still going.
It's still going, but you know what? We're getting through it.
Won't stop.
Yeah,
won't ever stop.
We're getting through it, and you know what? Just like the Beatles say, man, you get by with a little help from your friends. So I just want to be thankful for everybody out there. You know. Just to put up with my shit.
Word.
Okay.
I feel it.
Stay well, everyone. From Krista. Thank you, Krista. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun Thanksgiving. Just hanging out with nobody. It's gonna be great. I would, Francisco. She would.
Thank you.
There you go. There you go. Awesome. All right. Well, that was fun. Shout out to everyone. Thanks, like Rick said, thanks to everyone that's helping out with the channel. You know, definitely our views are getting up, and we're moving up in the world slowly but surely. Trying to build the channel as much as we can, and the next stage of the evolution of the channel. So I appreciate everyone helping out with that. And just be safe and wear your mask, folks. I know that we're not out of the woods yet. I just got some news about a family member in Texas that just passed away. So, from COVID. So, hey, wear your fucking mask, man. Just I know it's the time of you want to be with friends, you want to go out shopping and all this shit, and hey, man, you just gotta make some sacrifices this year, man. We'll have fun next year when this shit's fucking done. So get your shit together, America. Wear your mask, be safe, and thanks to everyone that's been watching, and we'll hopefully see you guys soon. I gotta plug the Mandalorian review. We post every Friday at noon. Wow, that's the first words from Fieldy. He's been so good.
I know he heard Mandalorian. Man. He was like, "Let me talk."
We do a Mandalorian after show. Me and Nip, we do a after show every Friday, usually around noon or so. I think Rick's gonna be coming on soon or so. It's a fun little after show. We go full spoilers, just talking about the episode and kind of predictions of what's going on, what we think's going on and stuff. It's been a fun one. And we also did a New Mutants review, a full spoiler review on the channel too. If you want to, watch New Mutants, which was not a bad movie, actually a fun movie, and come check out our review after the fact. All right, cool. Plugs are done. Also, check out Gold Dirty Bastards. You might see one or two of us jumping on there after this. So go. I think they're live right now. So go jump on them and go check out them. Gold Dirty Bastards on YouTube, Instagram, all that crap. All right, cool. So everyone, be safe and stay safe, and happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Peace.
Happy Thanksgiving.